Ever wonder why it seems like life has a lot of resistance in it? Seems like your manifestations and blessings are moving slow. Seems like it's the same, different day. Let me rephrase that. It's the same shit, different day. Well, in this video today, we're going to get into That's okay. Yeah. So in this video, we're gonna get into talking about how to change the same shit, different day mentality and the experience that you're having, how to free up the resistance, right, that you are feeling on your day to day. Of just per se things that you want to bring into your experience, maybe bills, maybe whatever is going on in your life. How to have an open flow, right? How to have an open flow and not feel the resistance. And we're gonna jump right into it now. Point number one, we'll share with you on what we did this past month that we just came out of. We went on what we call the Daniel fast, right? Yeah. And we're gonna share what those experiences were and just highlight how you can apply this to your life and see if anything changes. So point number one will be, want to change shit in your life? Fast, right? Obviously, fasting is one of those words where it's like, do I not eat food for some time? You can fast. There's different styles of fasting. There's water fast, there's juice fasting, there's Daniel fasting, and there's dry fast, right? One of my old fastings that I did for 7 days was no food, just liquid, just water. Dry fasting, that's what I did, but that is not what I'm talking about. I had a very particular reason why I did that. When I was more of my dog passed away, and it was like, I think I just need to go ghost mode right now.
Go ghost.
I had to go ghost mode, right? Yeah. So the fasting that we're talking about is called the Daniel fasting, and if you are familiar with Daniel being in the Bible, he was on a strict fast, and he got invited to the king's palace. The king offered him meats and all these other things, and Daniel had to refuse the king on eating the food because he told him what his reason was. Oh my God, did you see that fly? No. But he told him what the reason was. He told the king, and in those times you can't refuse the king. Whatever the king says, you must do what the king says. And so long story short, Daniel had to tell him, even though it costing him his life, he was putting his life in jeopardy, right? But Daniel's fast was based on fruits and vegetables, right? And fruits and vegetables and water, and he had to do it for a particular amount of time, right?
And that was it.
So that's the fast that we started. We did it for a whole month, and these are our results first.
So the benefit we got from the fasting that we did in January from the 1st to the 31st, right?
Yes.
We had my benefits. I'm going to talk about my benefits.
No, I'll talk about mine.
Okay. My benefits that I got was the clear mindset. After the fast, or during the fast, I was getting more ideas on things that I should execute. I was executing more. I was feeling lighter than heavy. I was waking up more earlier than I normally do, and I would be productive and do things like reading more. And I already do journal, but sometimes I skip a day or two. But after the fast, I was just on it every day, and my workouts too every day. And also, when I wake up in the morning, I normally have a brain fog, and then I had to drink warm water to clear it up. I didn't have to do that, right? And then the pain that I normally have on my arm, it was gone during the fast, and it was gone. And so I had gained health, I had gained clarity, and I gained more productivity, and also the heaviness, because I was feeling more lighter, and I was feeling like I can conquer the world. And I was doing more things. I was executing. I'm still executing because it's fresh. It's something that we just did. I'm still on an execution mode. If I have to do something, I do it right now. I don't wait until tomorrow. I don't procrastinate at all. And what are your benefits, babe?
You want to talk about the last part, which is the group?
Oh, and also I had got blessed by a group of friends that I work out with. This is the third time I'm saying this in our channel. So if you've seen our last videos, you will know what I'm talking about. So I got blessed with those friends, and I'm training them as a personal trainer, and it's good. So I'm showing up for them, and they showing up for themselves, and they also showing up for me too, because their results is my results, their result is my work.
So moving on, my benefits were staying disciplined on not eating outside of my window, right? Outside of the things that I said I was not going to consume, right? So I stopped eating sugar, which, well, I'm not even talking about my benefits right now. I'm just talking about, listen, my benefits were I was lighter on the stool. Y'all know what stool means, right?
Yeah.
Lighter on the stool. It was flowing effortlessly and smoothly, yo. And
because you had a constipation problem every time you go to the restroom and stuff like that.
And then I also have some, this is TMI, but I had blood, I had some blood coming out. It wasn't nice. And I had to strain too much. And it was also something me giving up to as well. The way I looked at it was like, we're gonna go on this fast so I can give up whatever is, because I don't need to go to the, you don't need to, well, it was more than sugar. It was all of the starchy products and all that stuff like that. Sugar just so happened to be one of the products that was in there.
Sugar just happened to be one of your past favorites.
That too. And so that was one of the benefits too. It was more personal time with God. When I say it like that, the benefit for me was like, I received clarity she was talking about, and then it made me be more present in the moment with dealing with people in the time too, because I was getting challenged with that a lot. And going to God, right? The more lighter thought you are, the more better you are present in the moment to then address what's most important. Prioritizing, right? Because it's prioritizing, organizing, and being disciplined.
And more, and also the more clear you are, and the more you hear God speaking to you, giving you the ideas, giving you what's next, what you should do next, and you take, what is it, responsibility? I think you take responsibility, or you take action. I would say you take action than responsibility. You take action into executing what you just heard, or what the idea that just popped up in your mind. And it also helped me read more Bible, because I wasn't a Bible fan, because most of the time I wouldn't understand what is the Bible saying, especially the old version. Yes, but it also taught me to be able to research what you don't understand. Be curious. I think that's it.
No, it's not for me, but
it's a lot more.
I also lost, I think, 20 pounds.
Hey,
lost at least 20 pounds.
Also weight, yeah.
And then also too, it made our connection more greater too as well, because we were both on the journey together. It allowed us to prioritize what was most important in the household now, right? Also being conscious of what we were putting in our mouths. We had to also elaborate on how to prepare our kitchen and our refrigerator, right? It put us in a way of being disciplined on what not to consume, right? So even at a point in time in the fast, I got fried, and I got them from this halal spot, and I noticed too, I was like, this is still fried, you know what I'm saying? It's fries. So at some point in the midst, I was tuned in, tapped in, turned on about moving to that next point. Am I gonna get fries the next day? And I was like, no, you shouldn't be eating fries. Not you shouldn't be in verbiage wise, but more of you don't need it, right? And I understood too this, a lot of us come from a place of lack. And when I say lack, it means lack of information as well on how to prepare foods. We created our own dressing that we were putting on one of our foods, and it consisted of cashew, lime, garlic, ginger, and some other stuff in there, cilantro. And when I tell you that we were bewildered about the situation, and it brought us to a awareness that all of the condiments that you purchase at the grocery store,
you can make them yourself.
We already know that, but it was more of,
you can make more.
No, that's not my point. My point is that the quality and the texture and the taste was something that we had got hit in the face with, basically, long story short. Why have we been purchasing condiments at the dang on grocery store? Because you go to the grocery aisle and you're gonna get those condiments, it's the same condiments all the time, the same taste you're gonna get all the time. And for you to actually venture out and taste a new taste or pick a new flavor, it's a whim of none, right? And more the story is that the quality that we got and the flavor was just, I don't want to say unreal, but it was just nice. Like, it was appreciating. It was a moment where we could appreciate never going to the grocery store to ever buy condiments again. It was just a realization though. And so that was our benefits. As far as in money flow, that was already enhancement, but we were already in the high flying disc to already recognize the benefits that were happening as we were going on that journey. And it gives you a moment to also understand that I am giving up this thing not just to give it up, but it was more of, I want to interact with you, God, a little bit more, right? Or not even just a little bit more. I want to be able to have more clarity when talking to you or handling you and understanding the word too as well. So let me trade this off, because I know trading this off is better than what I'm already doing, right? And I know that this is an addiction at this point, right? So can I replace this addiction with you?
Yeah. And also, let me say this real quick. And also, you can ask God to help you stop your addiction. Sometimes we think everything is onto us. We have to do everything ourselves, but you can literally ask it. It shall be given, right? If you knock on the door, it will be open. I think that prioritizing knowing what it is that you don't want. I forgot to share the fact that it also took me away from drinking wine. I liked alcohol. I enjoyed alcohol in the days of relaxing. Sundays, I would want to have a glass of wine and stuff like that. But it pulled me away from that because I didn't do it for 30 days. So who cares? It made me also realize that it's not helping me. Instead, it's damaging my brain, right? Because every time I drink, I'm going to be stagnant and I'm going to be procrastinating a lot. Alcohol takes 72 hours in your body. So if you to get away, to detox from your body. So that entire time, it's like you're going to procrastinate, right? You're going to sleep. You're not going to want to do this. You're going to start thinking stuff. You're going to start scrolling on your phone. You're going to want to watch a movie. You're not doing anything because alcohol is still in your system.
We get it.
So
high five.
So
and then also to this,
I learned that recently.
Also to the next part of that was confidentiality, not sharing everything. If you're on a fast, you don't need to tell them on a fast. This is a hush moment. And why is it a hush moment? Because it's almost equivalent to you sharing your ideas, goals, and aspirations with people, and you haven't even already started the journey, or you just freshly got into it, right? And so there is power that comes with confidentiality that I wasn't really aware of at one point. But I've always known a little bit about it, right? But it was mainly testing that out for this moment too as well. So not sharing, and also noticing when I wanted to share and being like, ooh, let me pull back, and I don't need to share that right now because it's none of your business. And what are you gonna say? If I share this with you, you're gonna, oh, that's what's up, I could never do that. Different perspectives, obviously that's probably not everybody's response, but at the same time, I'd rather share it with you once we are complete with the task than while I'm in it. And I understand, I can appreciate that more often, as you were saying.
Jim Rohn says that if you want to share something, work on it first and let it at least plant the seed and see the plant coming out, right? And then you can share. But if you don't see any plant coming out, then you shouldn't share.
Right.
You should keep working on it, right? Until,
or wait until the plant actually brings harvest.
Yes.
And then you can actually share and sell, aka take your whole people on a display of your farm, right?
Yes, and then add partners and so on and so forth.
And when I was talking about earlier about freeing up the same shit different day concept and also the resistance, this also puts you in a mode of something new, right? It's gonna put you in a challenge, and it's also gonna rock your world a little bit because you're gonna not be in the same routine. You're gonna have to switch up things. And in order to get new change, you have to change your old ways.
Right.
You can't expect new results with the same formula.
Right. That's true.
Right? You have to change the formula to see a different outcome. You have to change the experimentation to receive more, right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, this is how you rock and change the whole perspective of same ship different day. And this is how you get results on manifesting the things that you desire. We also opened up opportunity for another vehicle and some other things. Also too, our watch time went up. We almost had 1,000 watch time. We had 1,000 watch time. The productivity went up, and long story short, just puts you in a different mode. And so sacrificing for something better.
Right.
Is it worth it? Yes.
Somebody said,
now, are you willing to do it? Is the question. What?
Somebody said, I think it was one of my platforms or one of someone else's platforms where they were sharing that they don't eat meat or they were fasting. I cannot remember. It's a while back. And then somebody said I can go a day without my meat. I need my chicken, stuff like that.
You don't want to be a slave to those things.
Right?
Too,
and I was like, what a mindset. You can't tell anyone anything if they're not willing to put in the work or to change. If you're one of those people too, you can ask God if this is the time for you to step away a little bit from these things. Step away a little bit from your phone, from scrolling and from watching TV and sitting and not working on nothing, but waking up and going to work on someone else's business. What about yourself? What about you? Not all of us are going to be business women or businessmen, right?
Oriented.
Or business oriented, but you can do something. You can be behind the scenes. You can be a partner. You can have shares. You can have a lot of stuff besides you having to work and come die and leave your kids with nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Man.
Exactly. Because most of the time you go to work to pay the bills and you're not thinking that you have kids to take care of the kids too, but you're actually taking care of the kids while you're here, and when you die you have nothing and you left your kids with nothing.
Right.
Dr. Miles Monroe says something about he said something like, if you leave your kids with nothing, I can't remember, but he said something, it was so harsh and that's real, that's so true. He said something in a way of, you're not good, you're not a good person.
It also says
you're thinking
it in the
about
Bible
the
too.
now. Yes, you're thinking about the now and you're not thinking about the people you're leaving behind.
Right. So with that being said, you want to switch up things, you want to change your life, change your mind, change your routines, change your habits, change your ways. This was one of the ways that allowed us to open up at least the vortex on getting on the stream and the mainstream, riding the wave of the results, right? What are the results? And obviously getting results are not going to always pan or it working out for you, as far as in, is this going to be fun? Is this going to be hard? Go through it. You got to go through the whole shindig. It's a part of the process.
You gotta pray about it.
Right? It's a part of the process when it comes to this. It's a part of the process for you to go through the trials and tribulations. It's a part of the process. So for you to be stuck in the loop of doing the same routine all the time, right? And it's not working for you, then obviously you need to incorporate things like this in your life to see how it will pan out for you. You're always testing. So if you're gonna test, make sure you test in these aspects. Actually be a connoisseur of, wow, that was actually challenging for me, but this is what I noticed. This is what I was taking notes on. Day 6, day 7, day 8, day 9, day 20 is when it hit for me. Day 30, I was like, should I go back or will it actually react? And you just be a person who's riding the wave of the character. So with that being said, always stay locked in. Thank you for joining Lock Fam Kingdom Diaries. God vibes only.
Peace and love.
One up. And come on!
Gostosa e joga.